Here I would like to explain how I want you to write an article for our website. So it will be in 4 main steps. The first step is to provide you with title and the keywords. So the title normally indicates what is the article about, what the question is asked, and what you will need to provide as an answer. Let's say if somebody is asking, what is the best way to change the aperture on the camera? First of all, they don't describe exactly the camera. So it could be Canon, could be Sony, could be Nikon, any sort of camera. And we only know what we need to provide, how to change the settings or how to change the aperture. Second part is the research. There are 4 different ways I will do the research. First is to combine the information that is available already on the internet, taking the best tips from everywhere, from your competitor websites, from any other sort of resource, put them in one and describe in a whole list. Also, we will need to include other bits into the research. Coming back to the same example of the aperture for the camera, we will have to describe what is the aperture, what is the main function for the aperture, how to change the aperture on the screen, how to change the aperture on the back screen, and what are the settings for Sony, for Nikon, for Canon, etc. This should be enough informative article, providing enough information and be as credible as possible. The second way of doing the research is to ask the community. To do that, we will have to join Facebook groups. So Facebook allows us to pose the questions in the format of picture, polls, or normal text. In the comments, we can receive all the replies. So once we ask the community, let's say we asked 300,000 people, but only 100 of them answered in comment, that would be enough to say. In the article, we will say later that we have done the research. A third type of research is to ask the specialist. To ask the specialist is more time consuming, but it's well worth it because the main goal is to provide the best possible content on the internet. And to do that, we need the authority. To get the authority, it has to come from an expert. We are not experts on any of the topics that we're writing, but we will get the answers and we will write based on that. We will have to either contact directly certain specialists in that particular field. Let's say if we're asking a question how to fix a Ferrari, we will contact the local Ferrari shops that do Ferrari repair and we will ask them a specific question of how would they fix this kind of problem. We can either go to forums and spend hours in searching that, or we can ask directly people that know exactly what they're doing. In return, we can always promise to backlink to their profiles or to their websites. So in this case, they have some incentive to reply to our messages. So the 4th way to research for the answers is going through YouTube videos. In order to do that, we'll need to choose highest number of views videos, and we'll have to see that the majority of videos have most likes than dislikes. That means that people that search for those videos, they look through, they found the answers and they click on the like button, meaning that they found the answer. That might not answer our questions directly because most of the videos, they combine a lot of topics together. So if you are looking for them, pick the right information, specific information, or certain tips that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else on the internet, and that would be our main research pillar. Once we've done the research, this is the time to write an article. So the structure of the article will be in 4 parts. First part will be the title. The second part will be the header. And the third part will be the first 2 paragraphs of the article. And then the rest is the body that we've put the research for. And the last bit, we will have one last paragraph summarizing the whole article and directing to other blogs. Think of a header as you would think of the intro for the YouTube video, where you describe what is the video going to be about. And this is exactly what we're going to put in the header of any of our articles. In the first 2 paragraphs, we will have first paragraph, it will be smaller and it will be reflecting exactly the same as the title, or asking the question of what is the viewer or the reader coming to find. The second paragraph of the beginning of the article will have a short answer to a particular question from the title. Once we answer that question, we can always send people to read details below. Fourth and the last bit is the whole main research that you put together and you bring together. Coming back to the same topic that we had, changing the aperture on the camera, we'll have what kind of cameras there are, where's the aperture, where do you find it, what is it for, what's the difference between different settings on the aperture, and how to change on different type of cameras, where do you change it on the camera, and so on. So this would be the guide on changing the aperture. Very simple but effective. Not to forget, everybody will have to have some kind of tools involved in order to solve the problem or answer the particular question. Let's say if you are looking to fix the car, you will need a set of tools. The set of tools you find is not necessarily always the same for different cars, so you need to ask the specialist, or you need to research and find the right tool. Once you find the right tool, you look for it on Amazon or somewhere else, and we will later include that into our article as an affiliate. But for now, this is we will just need to look at what kind of tools we can use, what kind of products we need to fix this particular problem.